Hello, this is IELTS speaking test. I'm your examiner. I'm Atia Sama. Examiner number is PR002 and candidate number is PR004. In this speaking test, I'll ask you some question on the basis of three part of your speaking. In a part 1, I'll ask you some personal question about yourself. In a part 2, I'll give you a topic. You have to speak at least 2 minutes on this topic and 1 minute for thinking about it, what you're going to say. And in a part 3, I'll give you some topic related question, which is follow up question. Do you understand what I said?
Yes, I did.
What's your name?
Well, my name's Habibur Rahman. In short, it's Habib.
So, where are you from?
I belong to Bangladesh, to be more precise, Sylhet, which is one of the largest cities in Bangladesh. Sylhet is also quite renowned for its natural beauty throughout the whole country.
Okay, thank you. So, do you work or do you study?
Well, I'm still pursuing my bachelor's degree in physics at MC College Sylhet. Apart from that, I'm also doing a part-time job as an instructor at a primary school.
Please describe a little bit about your hometown.
Well, to be honest, Sylhet is considered as one of the most beautiful cities throughout the whole country, since I have already mentioned earlier. Moreover, the city is quite modern since each and every kind of crucial aspects of facilities are available here. Sylhet is also particularly renowned for producing the best quality tea possible and so on.
Would you say it's an interesting place?
Of course, it is. The VIPs of our town, for example, the mayors, the councillors are always putting their efforts together to make the city much more appealing. Every year, a large number of people are more likely to visit Sylhet to enjoy their holidays at several tourist attractions, and yeah, so.
Okay, so what do you like most about your hometown?
So, as I've already mentioned earlier, that the city mayors and councillors are always putting their efforts together and always striving to make the city much more modern and much more appealing. So, yeah, I like this part the most. And the city is almost like crime free. So, these are the factors that I love the most about my hometown.
Is there anything you dislike about your hometown?
So far, I guess that there is hardly anything that I dislike about my hometown or hate about my hometown. However, I still believe that the government should raise more funding to the public hospitals in order to provide the citizens the best treatment facilities possible.
Okay, so let's move on another topic. What films do you like?
Well, that's an interesting topic since I'm a fond of movies. So there are a lot of film genres out there. For instance, thriller, science fictions, horror, etc. But among them, the genre that I love the most is science fiction and so-called sci-fi.
Do you think going to the cinema is a good way to spend time with friends?
I guess it's quite a bit complicated to provide any utter statements, but in my perspective, I like to watch films with my friends sitting at home. It's kind of cool, I guess, to spend some quality time all on your own with your friends.
Did you often watch films when you were a child?
Yes, it's like I spent a major period of my life watching films. When I was just a kid, I used to sit all day in front of the TV, and I was quite passionate about the animation ones.
Did you ever go to the cinema alone as a child?
No, I hardly went to the cinema all by myself. Every time I went to the cinema, there was either my family or my friends.
That's the end of your part 1. Now turn to part 2. In a part 2, I'll give you a topic. So, this is your topic. Your topic is describe a time you used your cell phone or smartphone to do something important. You should say what happened, when it happened, how important the cell phone and the smartphone was, and explain how you felt about experience of this smartphone. This is your topic and this is your notes. If you wish, you can make your notes. You have 1 minute for your note making and at least 2 minutes for your speaking.
Well, thank you for giving me this topic. Today, I would like to talk about a time when I utilized my mobile phone to do something important. So it was the time in 2019, when the COVID-19 pandemic was rapidly spreading all over the world, and it was also the time before my HSC exam, and I only had 3 months. So it was really hard for me because our government declared that all of our educational institutions would be closed due to the rapid increase of the pandemic. So that time they also declared that the private institution would be closed as well. So there was hardly any scope of getting any extra help to improve our studies since we had only 3 months for our exam. And in my society, HSC exam is considered as a best way to a bright future, so it was really important for us. And even though our government also declared that or also proposed the idea to reduce our syllabus a little bit by 25%, it was still a massive amount of syllabus for us, for me to cover like a large amount of syllabus within a short period of time. So that time everything seemed so much messy and like things just messed up with me. So that time I hardly saw any glimpse of hope to improve my studies. And exactly at that time I realized that my mobile phone can be utilized to do something important, to do something proper and helpful. So at that time I just made up my mind and started studying really hard without any outer help or without any outer cooperations. So that time I used my mobile phone to do a lot of research on the web, as well as I also enrolled in several online courses. I also joined in several exams. Like I just wanted to improve my studies, and that's all. I still remember that I hardly went out from my room for an entire week, and my friends were like, where are you this entire time? And it was only me because I know what I'm gonna go through and what I was going through. And after all these struggles that I faced, after all these things, so I finally figured out with a good result, and I finally like it was an excellent result. It was GPA 5 out of 5, and yeah, it was really excellent. And it was quite hard for me to cover up the large amount of syllabus within a short period of time. So I was over the moon. And when I uh, told my friends and my family, they are also happy, and they were like mostly shocked.
Thank you. That's the end of your part 2. In a part 3, I'll ask you some question on the basis of your part 2. Okay, so what do you usually do with a cell phone?
I use my mobile phone for several things apart from chatting or calling. I'm quite passionate about playing video games, so I like to spend my time playing Clash of Clans whenever I get a little amount of spare time. And I'm also passionate about watching films and series, so I do that either on my phone. And just recently, I've finished watching a series called Loki. It is a series of 8 seasons, and it was quite interesting because the main character had some supernatural powers like teleporting and time slipping, and it was like really very fascinating.
Which one is more important? Using a cell phone to make calls or message?
In my opinion, I believe that it is literally up to the person who is using the phone whether he prefers to make a phone call or send text messages. However, I always prefer to send text messages instead of calling. When I have something important and something like crucial to talk to the other people over the other side of the phone, I always prefer to call. Otherwise, I like to send a text message instead. It's like quite viable as well as comfortable.
Do you think there should be a law to stop people from making calls in public?
No, I don't assume that there should be any law in order to stop or ban people from making phone calls in public. But I guess people should be more concerned and aware of their own actions. For example, there are a lot of people out there who tend to speak loudly over their phone in public. They literally do not care about whether anyone is getting disturbed or not. They really don't care about whether they are being anyone's disturbing element or not. So they always tend to speak over the phone very much loudly, and it like annoys the whole public. So I guess it should be up to the people to and it should be up to their own considerations to make a positive change and make a better world for other people.
That's the end of your speaking test. Thank you for your cooperation with me. Now I'm giving you some feedback on your speaking. So let's get started. So you have done everything, 4 parts of speaking very nicely. So we have 4 sections of speaking: GRE, grammatical origin accuracy, pronunciation and fluency, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource. You have done everything with proper explanation and with proper ideas. You completed your grammatical range and accuracy with various kind of grammar. Okay, so you have done few errors on your speaking. You flips on some words while you're speaking about your area. You are explaining about your hometown. There have some few errors and errors on speaking about some city council while you're speaking that city council what did or not. You have done everything okay. So I have given you 7 points on your speaking. So best of luck. I hope you will apply all the range of vocabulary on speaking, and best of luck for your upcoming exam. I hope you will get your desired score for exam. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.